The applause was still echoing when they handed me the shirt. A plain white t-shirt, red letters, "Now jobless." Everyone laughed. Even her. Especially her. I stood there under the gold-lit chandeliers, my face a blank canvas. Her father, the CEO, lifted a glass and smirked as my wife's sister held up the keys to a $65K BMW. Company gift, along with her promotion. The cameras flashed. The room glowed with champagne smiles. I kept mine frozen in place. When they shoved a $2 bill into my hand as a bonus, my wife leaned close. I could smell the sweetness of her perfume, the poison hidden in it. "Don't make it awkward," she whispered. I didn't. I simply nodded, slipped the bill into my pocket, and walked out. No anger, no scene, just the silence of a man no one noticed leaving. In the parking lot, the frost clung to the windshield like veins across glass. I slid into my car and sat still. Breath clouded. Hands steady. Inside, something split open quietly. Not rage, not grief, something colder. A calculation. On the drive home, I replayed their faces. The laughter. The pity disguised as amusement. My wife, clutching her sister's arm, eyes shining with loyalty to anyone but me. It wasn't sudden. The betrayal had been drip-fed for years. Subtle things, late meetings, whispered phone calls, the way she'd defend her sister with more fire than she'd ever defended me. Still, tonight stripped away any illusion. I wasn't family. I was the joke. The disposable man who had carried their company projects through sleepless nights, who built the systems her father took credit for. The t-shirt was more than cruelty. It was declaration. Exile. I parked, killed the engine, and sat in the darkness. The house lights were on, warm yellow spilling out onto snow. A home I'd paid for. A home where her laughter waited for someone else. I didn't go inside. Instead, I unlocked my phone. An old email draft blinked at me. The one I had written months ago but never sent. The one containing every document, every file, every irregularity I had uncovered inside her father's company. Fraud, embezzlement, hidden accounts, offshore laundering, all tied neatly with dates and signatures. I had told myself I'd never use it. Now, the decision was already made. The week that followed, I played the role perfectly. Quiet, dutiful, the man fading into the background. She thought I was sulking. She told her friends I just needed to get over it. I nodded, smiled faintly, let her think I was broken. At night, while she scrolled her phone, I scrolled deeper, into records, archives, proof. I refined the file, cleaned the evidence until it gleamed like glass. I wasn't careless, I wasn't reckless. Every move was surgical. The email draft sat waiting, a blade in digital form. Meanwhile, I watched her, the softness in her eyes reserved for her sister's victories, the way she brushed me off when I mentioned looking for new work. "Maybe you should take a break," she said. "Figure yourself out." Translation: "You're already gone." So I waited, measured each breath. Patience wasn't weakness. It was the slow tightening of a noose they didn't know was there. Christmas lights blinked across our street, red and green joy in every window. I stared at them from the darkened living room, the t-shirt folded neatly in my lap. I kept hearing the laughter, kept seeing her smile. Each memory sharpened the blade I was about to swing. The day came without fanfare, just another board meeting, another headline waiting to be written. I pressed send. Within seconds, every executive, every partner, every regulator received the same package. Not from me, from an anonymous account routed through enough shadows to erase my name. Then silence, until it wasn't. Her father's voice thundered through the house that night. The phone call was so loud I could hear it from the kitchen. "Turn on the news!" he screamed. I did, and there it was. His face plastered across the screen. Breaking, family company under federal investigation. My wife dropped the glass she was holding. It shattered across the tiles. She looked at me as if seeing me for the first time. What did you... I said nothing, just held her gaze. Calm, detached. Her mask cracked. Tears, fear, panic. Mine didn't. She followed me into the living room, trembling. "Tell me you didn't. Tell me this isn't." I slipped the $2 bill from my wallet, placed it on the coffee table. On top of it, the folded t-shirt. Her breath hitched. "You laughed," I said quietly. "Remember?" Her knees weakened. She sat down, hands covering her mouth. I didn't raise my voice, didn't curse or rage. I just stood, straightened my coat, and looked down at the wreckage of what she thought was control. Her phone rang again. Her father, her sister, chaos spilling into the night. She didn't answer. Couldn't. When she finally whispered, "Please," it was too late. I walked out the door, leaving the bill and shirt behind. Symbols of what they thought I was, of what they had reduced me to. Now they could keep them. Snow fell harder as I drove. The wipers cut through it, rhythmic, steady. No anger remained, no sorrow, just a clean silence, the kind that comes after a storm tears everything down. They would spend months clawing at ashes, trying to salvage what I had already burned with a single click. Their empire of laughter, stripped bare in the cold light of truth. And me, I felt lighter. Not redeemed, not victorious, just free. Sometimes power doesn't come from shouting. Sometimes it comes from leaving quietly, while the echo of their betrayal eats them alive. I didn't look back, not once. Final line. I left them the shirt, the $2 bill, and the silence. Everything they had given me, returned with interest.